top 10 movies of 2025. This was actually a pretty good year in the movies. I saw at least over 140 films this year. So I'm excited to talk about what I think were the best films of the year, both critically, as an audience member, and just someone who enjoys films, looking at them in sort of both those lenses. Let's talk about some honorable mentions. Hamnet, Chloe Zhao's next film that I really enjoyed about Shakespeare and loss and grief and love and life. I thought was really well done, but just didn't quite make my list. Avatar, Fire and Ash, of course, James Cameron comes back with another roaring epic. The Bad Guys 2, probably to me the best animated film that came out this year. Warfare, this came back out in March or this past year, so it's been a while, but that movie still made a huge impact on me. I can still remember being in the theater to this day. And the last film is also an animated film. I already mentioned Zootopia 2. I love this sequel. There are two movies that I really want to see, and I just haven't prioritized them yet before filming today. And those two films are both Train Dreams, which I know is out on Netflix now. I just need to sit down and watch it. And the other film is Marty Supreme, which I need to go see in the theaters. And I probably will at some point in the next 2 weeks here. But I thought I'd mention that before jumping into the top 10. All right, let's jump into the top 10 films of 2025. To start off my list is number 10 with Wake Up Dead Man, A Knives Out Mystery. I'm a big Rian Johnson fan. I love Knives Out, the first one. To me, that's like an A movie. This is a really great return to form. It's kind of set inside of a church and church area, but it's really a much darker film, and I like that. It was a great movie. It was a great genre, sort of religious and fate kind of themes in this film. The performances were great. Of course, Benoit Blanc being portrayed greatly by Daniel Craig is always a highlight. But I think the best performance of the film, of course, is the lead role of Josh O'Connor. I thought he was spectacular in this film. The movie is really well done. It's beautifully shot. The cinematography is great. The sound design's awesome. I love these murder mysteries. I mean, if Rian Johnson keeps making 10 more of these, I will continue to go and see them in theaters. Ultimately, I thought the movie was really well made, so it makes it on my list as number 10. Number 9 goes to Frankenstein, Guillermo del Toro's passion project of the last 20 years. He's been wanting to make this film, and it is a straight adaptation of Mary Shelley's classic novel of Frankenstein. Of course, Guillermo del Toro brings his originality, his style, his visual flair, his cinematography to this film. It visually is stunning. The costume design, the production design, the soundtrack, the actors, the performances, especially by our three leads of Oscar Isaac, Mia Goth, and of course Jacob Elordi as the creature is fantastic. I thought Guillermo del Toro did a great job mostly with this film. There are some amazing scenes and sequences in this movie. The one thing that really brought this film down from being, to me, really a masterpiece is, I guess there's two things. One, it's far too long. I think they could have shaved off about 15-20 minutes at minimum, just from a few scenes that didn't add anything to the story, to the character, and it was really meant more for look how cool this looks. The other thing is that some of the CGI is downright awful. It looks like a video game from 2011, like a PlayStation 2 video game. And the graphics just weren't great at times.
Little nasty!
There are moments where the graphics are amazing, but it almost looks like they ran out of time to complete the CGI in some sequences. So besides those two elements, I thought this film was fantastic, really cool, and I love that I got to see it on the big screen on IMAX in the theaters. So Frankenstein gets my number 9 spot. Number 8 is Roofman, probably the biggest surprising film of the year. I wasn't even anticipating this movie at all. And when I saw the film and I walked out, I was like, damn, that was really good. The performances are really what carries this movie to me. Channing Tatum is at his best here. I love him, and Kristen Dunst's their chemistry on screen together is just magnificent. I thought the writing is really well done. It's very smart, yet a simple story, but it has a lot of themes and things that it's talking about throughout the film. It's not just like a normal, straightforward crime caper movie. And in fact, it's much more of like a romantic drama with a little bit of crime stuff in it. And I thought this movie was awesome. Like, it is definitely the surprise of 2025. Now, it's not a perfect film. There's some editing issues here and there. There's some pacing things, especially in the second act of the film. But overall, I thought this was an awesome drama. I really recommend, if people haven't seen it, go check it out. Go rent it, watch it on VOD, and you will have a good time. Number 7 goes to Begonia. I'm a real hit or miss when it comes to Yorgos Lanthimos and his films. This Emma Stone movie is awesome. I was really surprised at how much I liked it. I kind of went in really skeptical, and it won me over with its performances, especially from Jesse Plemons, who should be nominated for an Academy Award, and Emma Stone, who should also probably be nominated, though I don't think she'll win. I think those two were awesome in this film. They had such raw, visceral performances, like very interesting, very layered. And as the movie unfolds its story and how it does that, it was just so interesting and so captivating. I was never bored. I was really invested from the get-go, and I thought it was a lot of fun. And it was funny at times. It was dark, but it was also poignant. It had a lot to say about society and beliefs and extremism, and I loved how Yorgos Lanthimos made a small story in a confined space. Really, it's mostly set inside this house, and I thought it was an awesome time at the theaters. I really enjoyed this flick. If you're interested in like a off-kilter sci-fi conspiracy film, this is definitely the one to check out.
Check it out, man.
And the next spot is number 6 with Eddington. I thought this was such a strong, amazing look at politics in the USA, the social political climate in the US, and just kind of across the world in general. I thought Joaquin Phoenix and Pedro Pascal and the whole cast was amazing in this film. It takes you on a ride. Like, it goes in about 3 or 4 different directions throughout the runtime of this film. And yes, while this movie does feel long at times, and there's probably about 10 to 15 minutes, you know, there's some scenes that could be edited out or moments that could have really been shrunken down. Ultimately, this was an awesome ride. Like, there is a shootout scene in this movie that is unlike anything I've ever seen before, and it made me laugh, it made me cry, it made me happy, it made me sad. It takes you on a roller coaster ride. It's suspenseful, it's dramatic, but it's also almost a black satirical comedy film, and I just thought Ari Aster did a great job. I also loved his spin and his take on it and the twist that he took. Like, when I thought the story was going in this direction, he totally changed and went this way, and I have to say it was all the better for it. Number 5 goes to one of my favorite horror franchises ever, which is 28 Years Later. Of course, I'm a big fan of Danny Boyle as a director, who directed the original film of 28 Days Later. That is, to me, like my zombie film. And before The Walking Dead, before the zombie craze of the 2000s and 2010s, there was 28 Days Later. And this sequel, I thought, was so good. And besides the last 5 minutes of the film, which I didn't think the ending of this movie was very good, the rest of this movie is spectacular. I mean, it's a visual feast for the eyes. It's an awesome, thrilling horror movie. It's also a coming-of-age drama. It's also a little bit of a grief film, and it has amazing actors in it. This is a movie that I went, yes, Danny Boyle did it again. He subverted expectations, made a different kind of zombie film, and yet still gave us the zombie thrills that we go to see when we want a movie like this in the movie theater. I'm so excited for 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple, and all because this movie brought back this zombie franchise back to life, no pun intended.
That shit wasn't funny.
Number 4 goes to Weapons. This is the mystery, I guess, horror film surprise of the year for me. I was not expecting this movie to be that good, and wow, this movie blew me away. I was a real big fan of Zach Cregger's first film, Barbarian. I think I gave it a B+, maybe A-. And to me, he really upped his game with Weapons. I ultimately gave Weapons like an A. It's one of the best reviewed movies of the year for me. I have watched it 3 different times now since I saw it in theaters. It is immensely rewatchable, even as you know the mystery. Every time I go back and rewatch it, there's something new I catch, or there's something different, and how I interpreted this scene or this moment with these great performances. Amy Madigan's performance, mwah, I wish she would get a nomination for Best Supporting Actor in a film. She deserves it. And the rest of the cast was fantastic too. Of course, Josh Brolin, Julie Gardner, etc. The pacing of this film is pitch perfect. It is edited spectacularly. And of course, there's that last like 5 minutes of the film, 10 minutes of the movie that is so enthralling and captivating and hilarious and dark and horrific. I just absolutely loved. And of course, just the overall lore and really how the story comes about and unfolds is so well done that to me, it's one of the best told stories of the year. And that's why Weapons gets my number 4 spot. Number 3 goes to F1 the movie. This was my most anticipated film of the year, and it ended up being one of the best. I think when I reviewed this back at the early beginning of summer, and I was not disappointed. It was just magnificent, and it was so amazing to see this on the big screen in IMAX. This is a visual feast for the eyes. Joseph Kosinski, who is the director of Top Gun Maverick and Tron Legacy, has such an amazing visual style to his filmmaking that he directs action so well. And this might be one of his best directed action. And I say action as in like the racing scenes, but like the where he put the cameras and how they film the scenes. The fact that it's like Brad Pitt driving this Formula One racing car, like it is spectacular to look at. Yes, is it a predictable movie? For sure. Is it like the best told story of all time? No. That's fine though, because when a movie is this well made and shot and produced, it's hard not to love this kind of movie. This is my kind of movie. It's a sports movie. It's an underdog movie. It is like an older coming of age film mixed in with a racing sports film. And if you love those genres and you love these actors like Brad Pitt, Carrie Condon, Javier Bardem, etc., you will absolutely love this film. I had such a great time. I even went back and saw this twice in theaters, and I had just as much fun the second time. The good heavily outweighs the negative when it comes to this film. Number 2 goes to Sinners. Ryan Coogler as a director, I'm a big fan of course, Black Panther, Creed, Fruitvale Station. This movie might be his best. It's definitely in the top 2. It's a contender for sure. Music is phenomenal. The performances are great. Like Michael B. Jordan doing the 2 performances, the 2 roles as Smoke and Stack, amazing. Like give this man a nomination. He plays those 2 characters so well, and yet they're so different even as twins, and I love all the nuances that he put into this performance. I think that this is one of the most entertaining films of the year. Boy, oh boy, does it mix genres. It's a historical drama at times, it's a romance at times, it's a vampire horror movie at times, it's an action movie. Like, it has so much going for it, and you would think like all those things mixed into one cup and blended together wouldn't work, but it does, because Ryan Coogler is an amazing filmmaker. And I thought like the cinematography, the writing, the producing, like all of it should be nominated for an Academy Award. So it may be a little bit too long at times, but I can appreciate an epic Southern Gothic drama vampire film like this. And if it's that long, I'm okay, because it's such a well-made movie. I can forgive it for being over 2.5 hours long. It is definitely one of the best films of the year, and that's why Sinners got my number 2 spot. And the number 1 movie of 2025 goes to One Battle After Another. Paul Thomas Anderson comes out of the race full force, going straight for it, and what he created was just a masterpiece. I gave this movie an A+. It's the only A+ film I gave this year, and it is deserving of that. I think this is his best film. Like, when I was going through his filmography, to me, this is his most rewatchable film. It's his most daring, and it's an action film, but of course in the Paul Thomas Anderson style. It's not an action film or a conventional action film. It's actually more of like a thriller, family drama, dark commentary on America. And I think it's the movie of the present time here. It is so well acted. Like, Leonardo DiCaprio is just hilarious and amazing in this film. Definitely should be nominated. Benicio del Toro as Sensei is just astonishing. One of the best roles he's done in quite some years. Chase Infinity, the newcomer, she should be nominated for a Best Actress or Best Supporting Actress, whatever she ends up going with. Teyana Taylor is amazing in the short screen time that she has. But Sean Penn steals the show. Like, it doesn't even look like Sean Penn. He is a chameleon when it comes to this film. He should win Best Supporting Actor at the Oscars this year because I thought he was just absolutely breathtaking and scary as hell. I loved his performance in this film. The cinematography is some of the best of the year. The sound design by Johnny Greenwood is fantastic, and the music. The plot and the story is simple yet like complicated at the same time. The themes and the commentary of this film is so prevalent to America and what's happening in the States, like now in 2025, 2026. There isn't really a single bump in this film that I didn't like or didn't, jive with. I thought this is an amazing, amazing achievement by Paul Thomas Anderson and his crew. To me, it's his best film he's ever done. It's the best film of 2025. I think it is a bona fide masterpiece. So that's why One Battle After Another is my number one film of 2025. Thank you so much for watching Mr. Teach Film Preach. If you like this video, make sure you click that like button down below and also subscribe to my channel for more content. Also, comment down below and let me know, did you agree with my list? What is your top 10 films of 2025? Put your list down below and let me know what films did you absolutely love. Thanks for stopping by, everyone. Have a great day, and we'll see you on the next film.